I'm gonna go ahead and start. Just because it's the three of us, we could probably make it pretty informal. Sorry, I was trying to multitask. So I know on my last Parks newsletter, there was a grant opportunity that might align with what you were doing right now. I'll look it up here in a second. I'll
Okay.
see if it does. Okay. So Robin, do you just want me to go ahead and leave because we don't have a lot
Right.
to cover?
Just updates. That'd be great.
Yeah,
Thanks, Katie.
no
We have
worries.
some good updates though. I mean, that's what's nice. So
Yeah.
really good.
I will go ahead and share my screen just so I can at least share the agenda. We can go ahead and probably skip the Mentimeter today. Um, so let me pull this one up. There we go. Okay. So we'll skip the Mentimeter. I don't think we need to do introductions. We wanted to know if there were any other updates on National Walk to School Day. I was kind of hoping Patrick would have been here today and see what they decided to do with their funds. I'll reach out to him though, and maybe I can just put something in the newsletter about updates related to that. We were going to talk about funding what we have left, just as a reminder. So, Winford KC had submitted an application last month and it did pass. So right now we have 3,300 left in the school sector, but we have plenty of funding with some of our other sector groups. Like public health just started, they have their full 15,000. I know Parks has a good significant amount left, almost the full 15,000 left in Parks. And then mass media, I think, has $5,000 left. Healthcare has around 8,000. I'd have to look at some of our other groups. Infrastructure, obviously, that group is kind of at a standstill too. So I know they still have their $15,000. I was also going to update on Play Yoga while Christine's not here. She was able to provide me kind of an overview of how it went, and it sounds like it went awesome. And then just group updates, other updates, and then when our next meeting is. So, on that note.
Yeah, so Katie, I mean, I know I would be interested to hear about what Patrick was thinking. Because that was definitely something we had discussed, and that way we know if there's anything we can do to help him, or does he need any more resources, or what avenue he's kind of decided, because he was going to look into a couple different options, right?
Sorry, yeah, he was also at our last meeting, our kind of impromptu one. There was a lot of discussion around purchasing safety equipment, and he thought he might be able to do that, such as like the vests and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I want to see if he decided to go that route or not.
Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it kind of timely? I mean, he needed to spend it fairly. Do you remember what the deadline is, or?
It was like a week after we had met. He needed to decide what
Oh,
he was going to do with the
okay.
funds. Yeah,
So he's
just to
probably
do with
decided
them.
by now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I was looking at the Mark website yesterday. I know nothing's been posted yet related to Walk to School Day or Walktober. So yeah, I think the best bet, I'll just go ahead and email him and be like, hey, any updates with what you decided to do? Are you just going to stick with marketing this year? Maybe if now that we know there might be some flexibility with these funds in the future, we can get together ahead of time.
Right.
And that would probably help him too, especially if he can spend it on things like safety equipment or into a program. He wasn't sure if he could, but the problem was he didn't have enough time to figure that out with having to plan for it.
Yeah.
So
and Katie, if you don't mind, when you email him, will you ask him to, we talked about that website going live, that they do each year annually, like Casey Walks or whatever. If that's, did you by any chance check that to see if it was live? I mean, I can check it too, but I just didn't know if when that was going to go too, because I think he said that was like a no-brainer. They were going to do that. That wouldn't be a big deal. I can actually look at it right now and see if it's up.
yeah, I'm looking to, I guess I kind of forgot about the KC Walks because I know that they posted on the Mark website. I thought they had a big thing.
Yeah, are you looking at
right
Casey
now.
Walks or are you looking at Upmark? Let me see, I can look up.
I'm at Casey Walks right now, but the last one I see was from 2021.
And then
Okay.
like walk to school.
Let me
day,
see,
yeah.
I feel like at one point I did see some kind of link on their page. Let's see if it's still there or if it's been updated.
Um, The one on Mark. I see one for Casey Walks on Mark. That was from 2022.
So are you on the Mark website right now?
Yeah, here, let me share my screen.
Okay, I was gonna say, where are you looking under environment, under, I'm just kind of, let's see, aging and health?
So I just Googled it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna look, hold on, let me get rid of this. And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna look at your screen. Okay, so, yeah, so, but you're seeing it says 2021 somewhere?
Oh, so let me go back to this one.
That was the other one, yeah.
Yeah, this website, when I went to Walk to School Day, it had 2021.
Okay, so, yeah, maybe if you can address him with, ask him about that, and I know I kind of asked him about it and he wasn't able, and I agree, but to submit my like local things. He wanted it to be more metro wide. So whatever he wants to do, if he's got something, we'd be obviously happy to share it out too. So
Yeah. Because that would be really great to include in our newsletters. So I will ask him.
okay.
Okay. Perfect. I wish I had something else to update with because I mean, yeah, I don't know if Christine is doing anything or Blake planning with him about for USD 500. So I haven't heard anything related to that.
Mhm.
Do you have any updates, Jill?
I really don't. I mean, we're continually, besides like the placemaking, I mean, we're still working on, my Indian Valley Elementary, which is the one in Title I in Blue Valley that we're moving forward with for Walk to School Day, but nothing else really.
I'm going to butcher the name of this elementary school. Shawan.
Oh,
No.
Shawano?
Yeah, but it's over in Shawnee, right?
Yeah, you were on the one, now these calls are all blurring together, but you were on the one with Allison Smith, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's okay. So you were there. Yep. I was going to mention that one, the blast programming, but I know it's not relevant to Walk to School Day, but it could have implications for the future.
Yes. Yeah, we with our KDOT funding, we contract out with Bike Walk KC, and they're providing blast, and then also it used to be called Earn a Bike, but now it's called Maintain Your Ride. And so we are contracting with Bike Walk KC to bring those programs to a lot of our elementary schools. Yeah, like we can do like for a semester or something like that, I believe. So yeah, Shawano, and then Allison wanted to do that Maintain Your Ride with some of those Shawnee schools.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see after that's done if we could expand on it and like how we could focus on getting those schools involved in Walk to School Day or Bike to School Day next year.
Mm.
Just a thought. So I'll
Sorry.
keep that. Oh,
Sorry, I was muted. No, yeah. So any of our schools that we work with Bike Walk KC and those programs, we definitely, I mean, our first goal is to get them involved in Walk or Bike to School Day. And then if they participate in that and they want to increase their active transportation and they want to participate in some of these like, active transportation goals that we have, like, under the 6 E's or whatever, then as kind of like a thank you to them for participating, we will offer them and pay for them those programs, the blast, the Earn a Bike, things like that. Does that make sense? So that's kind of, they're related, because if they do one, then we were like, oh, we'll offer you this and we'll pay
Yeah.
for it.
That's awesome. That's a great incentive for schools.
Yeah, that's what we think,
Thanks.
but it's harder than it looks to get them to commit and get it in their schedule. I mean, they sometimes turn us down, but
I understand. I think it's crazy. I was thinking about what Blake said with like the bus driver shortage and stuff, and how this is a really great solution to kind of address that by having more kids walk to school or bike to school that obviously live within reason. And I don't
Mhm.
know. What a bummer.
Yeah,
yeah,
because there's so many family dynamics too that make things an additional, you know, hurdle sometimes, maybe for
Yeah.
yeah.
some schools surrounding, yeah.
Well, I guess if we don't have anything else, we can just go into the implementation application section. So I know I had mentioned it. We have 3,300 left for the school sector. So what we did was we approved at our last meeting the Casey Strong Girls application. And I know that that funding was tentative based off if that program did move forward. I don't have too many updates with that. Ruth is actually talking to UMKC about partnering with them. So it sounds like it is moving forward, but it's not 100% approved just yet. So that funding that we had granted her, I think it was 5,000, is still tentative based off of whether or not this program moves forward. And then I have updates for the Play Yoga. So Christine was our first applicant, and she was approved to bring Play Yoga training to USD 500 PE teachers. And so, I can't remember the date. I should have put that down. Was it, I think, like August 15th?
Yes, I believe it was. I probably have that. I was just thinking because yes, it was the 15th because we had the core work group meeting that same day.
Yes. Perfect. I'm glad I remembered that. So August 15th, it was considered professional development day for PE teachers. So she was able to have them all in one room. So there were 56 participants overall, 18 high school PE teachers, which was apparently 100% of the PE teachers in high school, 12 middle school, and 24 elementary. And then Christine was there, and then her son. So he actually teaches at Genesis, and I guess he was helping out. And then, so overall, only 7 teachers were missing out of everybody in USD 500. So I think that's pretty great. For those who did not attend, there will be availability online to review the training and receive their certificate. And then I'm going to pull up some pictures. She sent me a link with some pictures. It's just going to show a couple of them. But I mean, attendance looks pretty good.
That looks awesome.
Right? I mean, they're getting up and like actually doing these activities. I thought that was so cool. Yeah. Entire gym full of teachers. So that was exciting to learn about. And then the next step, so starting in October, she'll can provide professional development around CSPAP. And then until then, teachers will use Play Yoga in their PE classes. And then she'll also be following up in about 6 weeks with a survey to collect evidence of how many teachers are actually using this training. So those are next steps. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then we have some group updates. I feel like everybody's going to know what I was about to talk about, but for those who didn't know, Casey Medical Society Foundation partners with Shawnee, a Toledo Just Walk event on the third Saturday of the month. And these walks do take place at Jill. Thank you.
Yeah.
Elementary. And so the next walk is actually scheduled for October 21st. Oh, this was what ironic timing. So Allison was going to attend today to kind of discuss the blast programming. So I forgot about that. She just texted me. So what timing? Because my next item was talking about these preliminary conversations about the blast programming. So that's all the updates I have related to group updates. Anything from anybody else?
Can't really think of anything other than what I'd already mentioned before about kind of the placemaking and the walk to school day as far as school sector things. Yeah, I mean, I just maybe like just as a follow-up as, you know, what we're talking about, just, you know, I know it's a short time frame, but just let us know how we can help Patrick with anything that he needs to get out to Mark.
Yeah, I absolutely will.
I know, I can't believe it, but like in a couple of weeks, it will be like October 4th, which is walk to school day. So we don't have a ton of, I mean, it's crazy.
No, yeah, I was, well, looking at some of the previous walk to school days, wasn't the last one on the 12th?
I know they're usually the first Wednesday. So, yeah, I mean, it's the 4th. Sometimes there's, I can't remember, is that bike to school day, walk to school day? There's like Yom Kippur or something that falls
That's
in.
what I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. So I think that happened last year. Some schools decided to push it back a week, but I'm trying to look at my calendar and see if I see it on there. I don't know that it will I mean, pretty much across the board, it's going to be the 4th for everybody. I haven't heard of any schools pushing it back this year.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, and I don't see, yep. Oh, that is,
So
yeah,
I mean, we're like 2 weeks, you know.
I just can't believe it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Okay, well, I will ask him and I'll let you know if he says anything of like how
Okay.
we can help or information about when that website does go live. Okay, well, I do have some other updates. So the Kansas City Healthy Lifestyles Collaborative quarterly meeting is coming up. It is September 28th from 9 to 11. It's at the Kauffman Foundation Conference Center. We will have 4 guest speakers, so a panel of experts from local organizations who are working to improve food access. So we've got a speaker from After the Harvest, Cultivate KC, Kansas City Community Gardens, and Candies. And so that should be an exciting one. I will go ahead.
Is
and
there a
post.
virtual option for that again, Katie? Because I didn't see
Mhm.
it on the registration, but maybe I
So
didn't
when
go
you,
further enough.
yeah, I was gonna say, once you go through the registration, it'll ask you if you're attending in person or virtually. And so a few days prior to the actual meeting, Natalie emails out the Zoom link. So if you can't, yeah, and if you need to change last minute too, it would just be emailing like myself, Natalie, Shelley, and then we'll email the Zoom link if it has to change.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so my other update is that the mass media, sorry, it's changing its name. So it's Media and Communications. We'll probably make this announcement at the quarterly meeting. So just to be more relevant and it aligns more with the national plan, calling it Media and Communications. And they've been working to develop a messaging campaign that focused on focusing on promoting physical activity. So while we are working to finalize this, which is almost done, we are encouraging everyone to take pictures or videos of people moving that we might be able to share in the future as part of the campaign. So walk to school day would be a great one. Jill, if there's any photos that you would be able to share with us
Sure.
that we could use as part of this campaign.
Sure.
So awesome. I wish I had more to update on that. We just met last week and we went over like the toolkit and kind of the concept. I'm excited for everyone to be able to hear about it in the future. I think, yeah, the work that they've been doing is great. But that's all I've got, guys, except just when the next meeting is.
And when is that?
It is Thursday, October 12th from 1 to 2, and I have a link for this one too.
So when I get the walk to school day pictures, Katie, you just want me to email them to you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Cause I was just
Awesome.
thinking like, that's gonna be a week after walk to school day. So when we meet next, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm excited to see how it goes or hear how it goes.
Yeah, me too. I know it's this school we're working with in particular. We went, we had a huge one for bike to school day, and this principal wants it just a little bit more toned down, which is fine. So it'll be, I think we'll have great participation from the kids, but she doesn't want as many like health fair type things. We're gonna have K-State Extension and Bike Walk KC, and then several members and Safe Kids and us, probably that's about it. So it'll be a little bit smaller.
I love it. Shoot, sorry. I have too many things pulled up and I was trying to pull you guys back up on my screen. I'm also, I think I'm just, speaking, like, I guess my thoughts really quick, but Blake, I think I might reach out to Blake Hensley too and see if he actually ended up doing anything, because he was mentioning, you had said like the community health fair, like, and this is what, ignited my thoughts on it. He wanted to do something like that. I'm curious if he actually went ahead and modeled any kind of event based off of what you guys have done, Jill.
Oh, was he thinking about doing that for this walk to school day?
I thought he was. He had.
Oh, okay.
He said
Well,
he liked the idea.
let him know
So-
if he needs any, he's welcome to reach out to me too. But yeah, I think he was he on the one time that we talked about it a little bit more in depth? I can't remember.
Not the one
Recent-
with Patrick. No, it was
Okay.
just the schools meeting. Yeah, I invited him, but I know he's busy. So, okay. Well, yeah, I don't have anything else. So, just gonna be a short meeting. Everyone enjoy the 28 minutes back of your life. Go outside. Get
Yes.
some fresh air.
Good idea.
Yes, Katie, you need a break too from all your meetings. Yeah.
That's right. Thank you. Thanks, Katie, for all the
Yeah.
updates and leading us.
Yeah.
through.
All right. Thank you
Absolutely.
guys.
Thank you
Good to
guys.
see you.
Have a nice day. Good to
Okay.
see
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.